Hi guys, welcome to Baked. I'm Tracy Curley and this is a little quick instructional video on how to make Cannabutter. You'll see this in a lot of the recipes that we do here, so let me just show you how it's done. So the first thing you want to start off with is your trusty crock pot, your slow cooker, and some decarboxylated cannabis. So whether or not you decarboxylate before you make butter is really a personal choice. Some people don't, because it does actually do some of the conversion for you while it's in the crock pot. However, I prefer it. I like to take the moisture out of it before I do anything with it, just to kind of make sure that it's all dry, it's all active. So what I'm going to do here in the crock pot is now if you're using ground bud, you want to use about 1 ounce to 1 pound of butter. I'm making a little bit of a stronger butter using trim, and I'm using 3 ounces of trim to 1 pound of butter. So I'm just going to pour that into my crock pot. This is really easy, guys. I know it seems like it's really hard, but it's not. And then I'm going to take my trusty stick of butter and pop that right in. And then I've got about 2 liters of water here. And what I want to do is just, you pour it in. An old roommate of mine used to laugh. She used to call it me making soup, because it really does look like kind of a green soup when you're done. And so you want to put in enough water there. I put in about 1.5 liters of water just to cover up the ground trim. And now I'm going to put the top on, and I'm going to put it on low. Now you want to keep it on low because you want to keep it at a really slow simmer. You want to let this sit for at least 3 hours. I'm a little bit of a stickler. I'm one of those people that believes like chili or pulled pork or spaghetti sauce, the longer you leave it, the better it tastes or the better it works. So I actually process my butter. I will leave this crock pot running for 24 hours. And then the next step, now this is the messy part, but can also be the fun part. So once this is all done, you're going to turn it off and you're going to let it cool a little bit. And then what you're going to find, excuse me for a second, is you're going to go to your dollar store. And what you're looking for is called cheesecloth. And you'll find this in most of your grocery stores. It's really thin, but what it does is it will keep that plant matter in the plant and not in my butter. So normally I would suggest wearing gloves when you do this, because cannabis, actually the oil, butter from butter, can absorb into your hands. So you might get a little stoned if you do this with bare hands. I'm feeling a little bit like a champion today, so I'm going to do it. So I've already put the plant matter from the butter into cheesecloth. And now you're just going to twist and squeeze. And I leave a strainer underneath just in case, again, anything escapes from the cheesecloth. So I want to make sure that I'm minimizing the amount of plant matter that's actually in my butter. And again, make sure it cools, because hot butter on the hands, not fun at all. And you got to squeeze it. Like, look at all that. That's still coming out. And I know it, kind of seems like it's really daunting, but the fact of the matter is all you're doing is filling a crock pot, letting it sit, and then using a few muscles in your upper arm strength. Now, what's left over here, this plant matter, I don't use it again. All right, so you're just going to squeeze and squeeze. You want to get as much out of there as possible. Now, one of our guests on Baked, Puff Mama, has a recipe for something called squeeze bread, which is something you can actually use the plant matter for. I'm not sure if we're going to get to that on this show, but you should actually check it out on her website. And this into the trash. I'm going to give my buttery hands a quick wipe. I'm going to move the strainer out. Now, it's kind of terrifying looking when you look at it and go, that's butter. But what will happen is the water and the oils will separate after you refrigerate this. So you're going to throw this into the refrigerator for a few hours, usually about 3 or 4 hours, because you want to make sure it's nice and solid before you try to separate it. So what will happen is the butter will harden and rise to the top. and the water will stay on the bottom. So all you do is you take a knife, you slice the butter off the top, you drain the water, and you bake with Cannabutter just like you would with anything else. So thanks for watching. This is our quick little teaser video on how to make butter. And we'll have a few more for you in the next couple of weeks, but thanks for watching. Peace out.